Okay, so everyone is talking about AI search, right? But for most small businesses, for solo founders, it can feel like a game that's just completely out of reach. Today, we're going to dive into a new concept called Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO, and explore how it might just be the new frontier for getting your business seen online. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll cover what this new AI search actually is. Then, we'll look at why so many people are just watching from the sidelines. After that, how you can actually get in the game, a simple 3-step playbook to do it, and finally, how this whole thing could seriously level the playing field. So, what in the world is answer engine optimization? Well, think of it this way. Instead of just optimizing your website to show up in a list of blue links, you're optimizing your content so that AI models, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, actually use your information in the answers they generate. You're not just a link on the page anymore. You are the answer. And that is a huge difference. Now, you're probably thinking, hold on, aren't there tools for this already? And yeah, you're not wrong. They're out there. There is a major flaw with this first wave of AOE tools. A flaw that's left a lot of businesses stuck doing exactly this, just watching from the sidelines. And here's the core problem. Most of these tools are just diagnostic. They're great at giving you a dashboard that's just full of red X's, showing you all the keywords and questions where your competitors are winning. But if you're a founder with a million things to do, it's just noise. It tells you that you have a problem, but it gives you absolutely no way to actually fix it. This really lays out the disconnect perfectly. What current tools do is, on the left, they track, they observe, they let you watch the game. But what a small business actually needs is on the right, a way to get included, to actively jump in and start playing. Tracking is just watching the AOTO game from the sidelines. And let's be real, if you're a founder or small business, you can't afford to be a spectator. Not when your entire online visibility is on the line. Okay, so if watching from the sidelines isn't going to cut it, how do you actually get in the game? And that brings us right to our next section, which is all about a totally new approach to AEO. And boom, here it is. This is the big idea, the huge mental shift, that the secret to AIO isn't obsessing over tracking prompts your competitors are winning. The real key is to proactively create the answers that AI engines are searching for. This way of thinking leads to what the is calling the first end-to-end solution for small businesses. It's a system that doesn't just show you the problem. It tracks, it analyzes, and this is the game changer, it actually helps you create the very content you need to fill that gap and get cited. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does it actually work in practice? Well, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty with a very clear 3-step playbook. The whole process boils down to these 3 steps, all built for speed. It starts with AI gap analysis to find the opportunity, then it moves to automated content creation to build the answer, and it finishes with effortless publishing to get it out there. So let's break each of those down. So step 1, AI gap analysis. This part is super clever because it completely flips the script. Instead of looking at what your competitors are doing, the system scans the large language models themselves to find where their knowledge about your niche is weak or just plain missing. Pinpoints the exact spots where the AIs are basically waving a little flag saying, hey, I need a good source for this. Step 2 is the engine room. And listen, we are not talking about writing a typical blog post here. The best way to think about it is like creating the perfect fact-packed cheat sheet for the AI. It's information that's been engineered to be the perfect citable building block for an AI's answer. And I love this part. This process is the polar opposite of what they call awful AI slop cannons. Those tools that just churn out low-quality, generic junk. No, this is all about creating precise, valuable data. And the final step is publishing. The system pushes this engineered content out to places like your blog, your LinkedIn, or even relevant online communities. But it's not just a simple copy and paste. It formats everything with clear headings and structured data. Basically, it speaks the AI's native language, making it incredibly easy for them to find, understand, and use your expertise. So that's the playbook. Find the gap, create the answer, and publish it intelligently. But what does all that actually get you? Well, this is where that idea of leveling the playing field really comes to life. And get this, the results promised are fast, like astonishingly fast. We're not talking about your typical 6-month SEO campaign here. Users are getting cited in AI answers in just a matter of days. That's the kind of speed we're talking about. This quote really says it all. This is the big field leveler. The whole point is that this technology isn't just another expensive tool for giant corporations. It's being presented as a true equalizer, something that gives small companies and solo founders a genuine shot to compete. So what's the ultimate payoff here? The promise is that you can show up in AI search results right alongside the giants in your industry, all without spending a single dime on ads. Users are closing actual deals from leads that came directly from a ChatGPT answer within their very first month. That is the real power here. And this all brings us to a final, pretty wild thought to chew on. As we see tools like this emerge, tools designed to create content specifically for AI to consume, it raises a big question. In this new era, are we entering a world where our most effective marketing isn't aimed at human eyeballs at all, but directly at the machines that guide them? It's definitely something to think about.